What's up, everybody? This is Elliot from Read Write Web. I was lucky enough to attend the Google I/O conference yesterday, and afterwards Google handed out the whole lineup of Nexus products to attendees. I'm most excited about the Nexus 7 tablet. I've spent about 12 hours with it and wanted to share with you some of my preliminary thoughts in this video review. First off, my favorite thing about the Nexus 7 tablet is definitely the form factor. I was a bit skeptical at the idea of a 7-inch tablet, having grown accustomed to the 9.7-inch iPad, but I will tell you that this device fits nicely in one hand. Think of it almost as the difference between a paperback and a hardcover book. A hardcover is large, it's beautiful, and it tends to be a bit more expensive. Softcover is usually a little bit easier to carry around and a bit nicer on the wallet. I'd put the iPad in the hardcover category and the Nexus 7 in the paperback. It certainly serves a purpose, especially if you're riding the bus, you got one hand on the rail above you and the tablet in your other. It really fits comfortably there, and you can use a significant amount of features with just your thumb. But let's dive into what really makes this tablet stand out, and that's the new Jelly Bean operating system, Android 4.1. Jelly Bean seems much more responsive than Android OSs I've used in the past. It really does have a nice scrolling speed to it. It feels like I'm actually touching and interacting with what's underneath my finger. Zooming in and out on certain websites could be a bit clunky, but overall I felt it was extremely high performing. Unfortunately, because everything is cloud-based, no matter how good your operating system is, you're always limited to your internet connection. And yes, you can store files locally on this device. I've got an 8GB model, but Google really wants you to pull everything down from Google Play. Now, as you're seeing here, I'm trying to watch Transformers, and this thing is just taken forever to load. I've got a pretty decent Wi-Fi connection, and on the whole, I just wasn't really satisfied with the speed that I was able to pull things down from the cloud. And this is an early testing unit, and as Google Play is really adopted by more people, we may see the speed improve, but overall I'm a little bit turned off by the fact that everything in Google Play has to be streamed to this device in order for me to use it, unless I specifically choose to store it locally. Now, believe me, I get that that's Google's strategy, but I also think that's the biggest downfall with this device. If you're an iOS user, and let's just say you're an iPod user, you have an iPod for the past couple years, all of your music is sitting inside of iTunes, potentially some of it's DRM protected, maybe not. You're going to have to upload that music into Google Play or repurchase everything, including your movies and whatever applications also carry over to Android, if you want to really make the switch over to the new Google Nexus family. Is it a smart choice? Well, they're certainly looking for vertical integration, now controlling the OS, a little bit of the hardware, and the media hub, talking about the Nexus Q, to tie it all together. It really does hinge on your willingness to migrate from the iOS and Apple app stores and iTunes stores to the new Google Play universe. Let's get back to the hardware for a moment. The back has got this leatherette finish with both the Nexus and the Asus logo. It does feel pretty good. It's not a shiny metal back if you're used to an Apple iPad, but it is a step above some of the other 7-inch tablets out there on the market, which are just completely plastic all the way around. What else did I like about this device? Well, again, like I said, the integration with the rest of the Google Play universe, if you're willing to adopt it, is handled very nicely. Same thing with Google+. One of the big features that Google announced the other day was the addition of Places in Google+, so you can actually hang out and use your tablet to add pictures to a collective photo gallery of your friend's party or your sister's wedding, whatever it may be. Well, those features are nice. There just aren't enough people on Google+ to really take advantage of them or encourage people to make the transition away from something like Facebook as their daily social media hub and adopt Google+. Believe me, after that demo yesterday, I'm convinced that it's a pretty good technology, but still about 75% of my friends are on Facebook and Twitter and aren't willing to add that one additional feature into their life. On the whole, I think that this is a really compelling strategy from Google, and I think its biggest competitor is not the iPad, but the Amazon Kindle. Having used an Amazon Kindle Fire for a little bit, I'll tell you that this tablet definitely makes that one a bit obsolete. It's faster, it's more open to developers and installing third-party applications, and it just feels much more like a powerful machine. Now, let's say you don't care about anything beyond reading books or watching movies, then maybe the Kindle Fire would be a little bit better choice for you for one reason alone, and that reason would be Amazon Prime. Google right now is not offering any subscription-based services to watch movies or get your content, and I think that that's a really big hang-up. If you want to constantly be purchasing your content go this route. If you're more of a subscription model, get a Kindle Fire. And if you've been purchasing from the iTunes Store and the App Store for the past 5 years, then you're going to want to stick with your iPad unless you're willing to accept a $25 credit as a transition fee to move your way into the Google Play universe. For more updates on this device, please check into Read Write Web throughout the week. And with continuing coverage of Google I/O as it wraps up tomorrow, you'll be sure to stay tuned and up to date with the latest in Google innovation. For Read Write Web, this is Elliot. Have a great day.